Hello, chat. How's everyone doing? Welcome to a Tuesday stream. It's your old pal Rogue Rag Fish Slayer saying hello. Hope you're having a great week. I was fitting to do some work on icon things, and I realized I hadn't streamed this week. So I thought, you know what? Two great tastes that taste great together. Why not? Let's see. For stream stuff, I did finally fix the YouTube notifications. So if for some reason you haven't subscribed to the channel. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do it? I did not. Okay, wait. I think I can fix this. I fixed it, but then I didn't fix it. Oh, you can't copy a folder? The peak of stream preparedness. Okay, so that's YouTube 1. By the way, this is something you guys are not going to care about, but I care about it. Alright, hold on. This person didn't just subscribe, but you can replay notifications. That's what I'm doing right now. Let's go, it works. Let's go. The thing was, before, when someone would subscribe to the channel, the notification would like come up and fade away in a full second. So, anyway, that's a big win for me. Okay. Oh boy, how did I do this last time? Oh, this doesn't seem right. I should have spent time making sure my overlays were correct. They were not. Okay. Oh, can I put that behind? Yes. Yes, I probably can. How's everyone doing? Hello, Sonic. Hello, Nowhere Casey. Nowhere Casey, you came into chat just swinging with questions, man. I hope I can answer some of those. I don't know. Okay, I put it like... Oh, still messed up something. Come on, you can go deeper. Let's go. Sorry about that. You know, sometimes you guys might wonder like why I let stream run for like 10 minutes. It's because I'm fixing all this stuff that I never got around to fixing. All right, let's do a... Put you up there, and then we will project. Nice. Now I can look at chat and do work. Let's see who else dropped by. Loch Ness, I'm waving back to you. Soap Lava, hello. Oh, and if it isn't Shagu, the actual goat, the creator, founder, and madman who made all the wonderful PFUI tools and add-ons you probably enjoy if you've played not just Turtle WoW, but other private servers that use older clients. So yeah, just if I've only done one of these before, a little bit of what I'm planning to do here is show off some of my work. I want people to see the work I've put in, things that I'm planning on doing. Again, I will remind people this a million times. These are icons that I do recolorings, I organize stuff. I'm not really making any new art. Most of what I do is recolorings. I do all of the organization, and anything I do, it's still subject to Turtle WoW team approval. So I could do all this work and they're like, nah, we're good. However, I like to put in the work and give the team options. I like to discuss things with the community. You know, if you have no idea what I'm talking about either, let me see if I could maybe have like a good starting place for everyone to kind of understand. Because, you know, not everyone is a degen who's just can't get enough Vrograg and is watching Vrograg every single second of their life. You know, I don't know if those people exist. I kind of hope they don't, but let's see if we can get a good spot here to work. We will come back to this page specifically. Now, if you've ever played classic WoW, vanilla WoW, and this problem persisted for a while in even retail. But let me just show you something very easy to wrap your mind around. Limited invulnerability potion. A useful consumable for many raiders. Even useful in PvP in some scenarios. Kind of a jack of all trades. It just makes you immune to damage for a little bit. It's nice. Only physical damage. Now, you see how this looks this way? And this will help new players as well who maybe didn't even realize this. If I go to the Wowhead link, interesting. You notice how the icon's different. Now, if I go to Inventory Potion 62, I can see what else uses it. This is a Wowhead tool only. However, you can see right here, the Flask of the Titans uses it too. Well, also this is like one of the most obvious use cases for wanting a different or updated icon. This is an item that you might use in a panic or might rush. This is one of the most expensive consumables you can bump into. Could you imagine accidentally clicking the wrong icon? Well, I know people that have, and it made me really sad for them. So, this is why that's sort of been like my rallying cry. The thing that has made me obsessed, actually, with icons and identifications. I'm going to post a link. I'm going to pin a link in Twitch and in YouTube. It's just going to be a share only, right? So you can only view. But you can actually see some of the organizational and recolors I've done, as well as some art made by Dane from the art team. I haven't bothered legal from the art team, not legal as in like a legal branch, but their handle is legal. They did some of the icons as well. This is really the main. Let me see, I can actually show this off here. So you'll see down here, art assignment in progress. This is the main one. For every single ID, what I do in this spreadsheet, by the way, this is the more boring part, but this is like the organizational part. I put in the item ID, its name, its vanilla image. Now you might say, hey, what's going on here? Like, there's no change with them? How is that? Well, that's because I have this is all the changes from 1.17.2. Can I undo that? Nice. So these are all icons that I have suggested to the team to have changed or altered, given new art. Not every single one of these changed. This is a good example too. So Flask of the Titan still has its original icon. So the lip was the one that got a new icon. So, you know, you can see how many I have, but that isn't like every single icon that's been changed. But as of, I don't know, today, we have some new ones that we're going to be putting onto the list because I have tried to avoid it because I really don't want to mess add-ons up. Little known fact, add-ons, you don't like looking for like the name of a buff. They like just looking for the icon. So I've tried to avoid, especially consumables, messing with the icons. I wanted to keep the scope of the work here more simple. So I have avoided it in some cases. However, if you see the top of the bracket here, spell ID. There are some spell IDs that I am suggesting the team update or change icons for. This one right here, if we go over, Flask of Distilled Wisdom, that's they had the wrong icon. I had to update it, but here's a good example. Elixir of Greater Nature Power. Currently, the icon in-game, actually, I could even show this. And this is something that I know it's not just a bothering me thing. If I do Nature Power, Elixir of Greater Nature Power. If we look at the spell effect, do you see that icon? That's a different one. So any items that have, not any, icons that, because of the things that I did, that have a buff that doesn't match the actual consumable, I'm making sure match now. Probably the biggest like offender of that would probably be, I think, no, where was it? Those ones? Yeah, I think it's this one. Dream Shard Elixir. Yes, that one. So right now, if you go to Dream Shard, this is the new icon that I put in previously. I believe it looked like a Elixir of Poison Resistance. Well, let me just show you here. So the buff icon looks like that. That's like a greater arcane power elixir. So that is a little jarring. Just for point of reference, if I do poison resist, this icon right here, this was a particularly large offender. You can see how many times that icon was used in the vanilla game. A lot of these are quest items, but worth noting. That one's been quite a journey. Don't worry, I'll finish the preamble here, but I do want to show like what you can look at in the spreadsheet itself. There's a lot of this will also, the drop downs here, they'll show you just for this patch, not for the previous patch that I helped on. I think the drop downs are pretty self-explanatory. So if I'm down all the way, so we're scraping like 225. So I'm guessing we're probably going to get to, if I count the ones that weren't changed, it's, you know, it's about 220, 225-ish, I would say, after today. And yes, Loch Ness, that is exactly correct. Let me catch up with chat. Sorry, you know, I'm really passionate about this stuff, and you guys have always been really supportive of you know, me chasing my passions and sharing them with you. Anyone with this link can view. The link has been copied. Let's get this over to you guys. Mandalore says hello. His automated obelisk has not quite decided to feed him yet. And we're going to pin that. All right, so that's pinned in both chats. So with that, you can take a look at the ones that, you know, I've worked on. So like Dane's worked on, or in the past, Dane or Legal. The art team, they're the people that make new icons. Me, I'm a hack. I just do recolors, generally. There's only a couple times I've actually, like, tried art, but... Anyway, and, oh, Dane's in chat. He's over in the Twitch chat. Hi, Dane. Thank you. By the way, I know I've said thank you, but I want to thank you again. You've been super helpful. The fact that I'm using GIMP, very much thanks to you giving me that extra push. I've learned a lot about art, color theory, like certain techniques, just from our chats. I'm not a professional at all. I would say you are, but you've been very helpful in, you know, because if I have time to work on icons and the team's having you do like actual work, I appreciate the time you've given to help me with stuff. So, Dane's the GOAT. And yes, Shagu. Shagu, how could I not give you a nice shout out when I see you? Are you kidding? Like, also, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm kind of a nice guy. But you know what? It takes a nice guy to know a nice guy, Shagu. That's all I'll say about that. All right. Does Turtle WoW offer internships? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they're at that level where they, you know, I would consider them like a small indie dev company. It's kind of like where I think they're at. 60, 30, 10 color theory for the win. I know what those numbers mean. They equal 100. If you're looking for a good book about color theory and how it affects the viewers, I can recommend one when I get home to go. Hey, I'm by all means. I've really enjoyed enriching myself and learning about this stuff. By the way, if you get into the spreadsheet, if you don't want to look through all the gobbledygook, the first page is icon gallery. I made this specifically to be a little bit more user-friendly and helpful for people to take a look at. So you don't have to like just see oh, he's changing it. You don't know what that means. The gallery just has some nice shorthand stuff to show some of the things that are slated to change. Again, I do not have final say on this. Just some simple stuff there. I do want to say I really like these mana gems that were made by Dane. But as you guys know, generally through this process, I regularly check in with people from the community. I will ask their input, and honestly, the people are like, they look too good. It doesn't look bad enough to be vanilla WoW, and I'm like, damn, how do I break it to Dane? Soap. No. Like, someone from the team will use this if they put anything in. Like, the process is, I'm going to take everything I've been working on and been collating. I'm going to make a zip, and then I will send it to an interested party along with the link to the spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet, the more data-oriented part of it will, like, standardize how to, like, look at things. So you could just run a script that will, like, you know, if this says new icon, then get this item ID, switch it to this. That's pretty much how that would work. This is just to make their life easy, because it's one thing to make an icon, right? But it's another thing to make it useful for the team. Because I've seen lots of people just like throw out really cool icon artwork, and I'm like, okay, have they in the right file format? You know, like there's some extra steps. And since I'm not really good at art, I know how to organize and do writing. So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'll do. Okay, so now with that out of the way, I did want to show something from... Oh, you know, I don't even need to look at this anymore. So, it came to my attention... oh, not the right tab. All right. Pipopo, who some people might know from the community, I was asking people from the community, I'm like, hey, is there any icons that you think need like a revision, or would it really help to have some new differentiation? And Pipopo, who, if any of you know, does a ton of work to update and make add-ons that especially a lot of raiders use. You know, if there's like a Mount Rushmore of mod and or add-on author, you know, it's like Shagu's up there, Pipopo's up there. I don't know who else you put in the other two, but maybe Lexi, Balake, you know, those are the ones I think off the top of my head. There's also so many names I've forgotten over time, but Pipopo is particularly prolific. Hello, Lizzie Babs. I am also Verograg. Anyway, when I was asking around, they came up to me with this. Would love it if the Scythe of Elune debuff icons and spell names were also differentiated. Now, I don't really touch names. I'll be like, hey, these two items are the same. They have the same name. Like, maybe name it differently somehow. Yeah. But Buzztronic, that is true. In fact, when Shagu took a step back, we had a very sad stream. So, yeah, that is true. I believe he's still doing maintenance and like just keeping it up, but he's not really looking to interact with the community. That's a whole ball of wax, but I blame all of you for not being nice enough. Because actually, that is what it stemmed from. There were people being jerks to Shagu. Shagu's been at it for years, and just like, yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah, Buzz. I don't want to speak for him, but my understanding is that previously he would play on Turtle WoW and be active in like add-on channels and modification channels and chatting with other people in the community. He's stopped that latter part, but he's still doing the first part where he's working on the code base itself and keeping it updated for Turtle WoW. So you'll still see commits and stuff. In fact, I believe there... The funny thing is I know about this, but I never got around to getting to work. But there's a new thing in PFUI, I believe, that can help you track things like certain like reagent vendors, stuff like this. That's something you don't normally get till TBC. But I believe that's out there. Truth be told, I haven't tested it, but that's something that if I was a new player, I would love that. I've been playing for so many dang years, I'm like, why do I have to track where a blacksmith is? I know that, you know. Yes, so people were bullying Shagu, and I will not stand for it. And you know what? You know what we can all do? If you like Shagu and want to show your appreciation, do not give money to me. Do not give subscriptions to me. You go over to shagu.org and you buy that guy a coffee. Or if you're strapped for cash, just say thanks. Just be nice to the guy, you know? That's the least you could do. You know, I've donated to Shagu in the past. Actually, when I heard about that recent change about the being able to track certain NPCs. Yeah, Buzz, it's true. And open source development. Now, I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush, and I realize I am way off reservation because I said, oh, we'll be doing some art today. But, you know, a lot of people in the coding community, there's like this strange tendency of lack of social graces, I'll say diplomatically. That is not an excuse. However, there is no excuse to, for no reason, be mean to someone who makes a free thing for you to enjoy. Why people are mean to that person, I'll never know. Exactly, Buzz. I'll never understand it. People in the Turtle WoW community do the same thing to, like, Turtle GMs who are just trying to help people, and they're like, oh, thanks for nothing, then drop a bunch of slurs because the GM didn't help you with something they can't help you with. If there's one thing that I would promote more than anything else, it's just learning how to be a decent human to other humans, or orc if you're an orc. Okay. I will not tolerate any more distractions. However, this is the thing. Pipopo pointed out to me. The Scythe of Elune gives, I'm counting 6 different buffs, debuffs. I'm not quite, I don't have the Scythe. I don't know how it works. Lizzie Babs, if you're hearing this, I'm pretty sure you have a Scythe. Maybe you could explain what this means. However, Pipopo, the goat, look at him. Look what he did. He put numbers next to them. And you know what? We'll take a little journey into the database to see what those numbers actually mean. It's just something good to be aware of how it works if you're new or if you're just trying to find something. If we go over to the address box right there, make that a little bigger. Now see right in the top there. And once I have it actually up. So right now it's an item equals and then there's a number. But if you go to the effect of the item, see how it changes the spell and then says equal these other numbers? Well, what that means is we're going to try taking one of those numbers we saw from Beepopo and just try to put them in. You can just do this. I think one of them was 52404. 52404. Easy. Okay, now we have somewhere to start trying to figure out what this thing is. So, it looks like according to this, this gives like a fire effect. Increases the chance a target will be critically struck by 2%, and whenever the target is critically struck, they take an additional 400 fire damage. This effect can trigger once every 2 seconds. Okay. I think it just went numerically up. So we have 404, 405, 6, 7, 8, and then it goes 661. All right, we'll cross that bridge. However, I trust Pipopo. So before I do more plumbing here and looking into the dark truth, I'm going to bring up... Oh, I just got rid of it. Why did I do that? All right. Oh, these are just bonus icons. So we know we're going to need about 6 icons. Let's do a couple below. Man, what were those numbers? Well, don't want to do that and make you guys see it a bunch. So these are not actually going to be, they're not items. So just going to leave it blank. Again, I can put this because this is like a reference. So Scythe of Elune. buffs. One, two, three. All right. Okay, so this is the current name. Oh, sorry. This would be old and the new. So here, this is the spell ID box. This is the one I need to fill in. 52404 2405 52406 7 408. And then this other one kind of goes weird. It's 57661. Oh, right. I still need the name of this. These icons, their original name, I don't actually need the new name. It's Spell Shadow Mana Burn, but that's just for reference. Spell Shadow... Wait, what's that? Spell Shadow Mana Burn. Yeah, okay. The naming convention of these is very weird. Shadow Mana Burn. Alright, and then these would be the output names so that when I upload them, whoever's doing it can just look at them really quickly. We still got a couple bridges to cross because we got to do our little bit of research. I think I'm using this box here just to jot down notes. Now, we did quickly look up 52404. It seems to be a fire-based thing, so I'm just going to put this here. This will help us for the art later. And then, boom, I could just... You can see the problem now, right? Well, it gives, like, a different buff effect. What? I mean, it even looks like a little twig. What's going on here? Damage done reduced by 10%. You take 250 nature damage every time you attack or cast a spell. Okay, we'll put that one in. This one's like nature. What is it? Control tab? Yep. Did I actually go through? I'm guessing this is the frost one. Yep. All right. Also, if there are any... Oh, did I mute myself? No. Nope, I didn't. But my vape mute thing went up. That was back when I used to worry about people hearing my vape. And then I realized I don't vape that loudly. I mean, you guys might think I do, but I actually tested it.
Become one with the land.
Where did it go?
Feel the earth. Flow with the wind.
Okay. I suppose I don't really need the Rexana icon up anymore, huh?
Protect.
That was a good playthrough. I don't know if any one of you joined me for that, but we had a good time. Alright, that's 7. Looks like this is going to be the shadow one. I'm not sure why. Usually you can mouse over and see it. Something about the website might be a little wonky right now. Yep, shadow it is. Alright, so we have fire, nature, frost, shadow. That leaves arcane? I guess holy? I don't know how that works. Because the dev said elemental shaman can't have Scythe of Elune. Your next spell will be imbued with moonlight? So it just does extra arcane damage? Alright. Also, if I'm being perfectly clear, we probably don't want to use the base icon either, because there's a good chance you're a mage and you have this, and I know mage's clear casting icon looks the same. I believe you can be a priest with this, and I think they have an icon they use there too. I'm not positive, but you know, there's no reason to redo it. All right, now this other one, 57661. This one I'm quite curious about. 57661. 7661. Is it holy? I think it is. Huh. So here's where I'm a little confused. I'm going to put down this holy part, but this is like part of the process that I want to subject all of you to. I'm not sure. All right, if I go back, this is the debuff. Here's all of them. But if I look at this, it looks like there's already a buff icon. Although it's an instant effect, so I guess it wouldn't show. And then the effect itself also seems to have its own icon. Interesting. However, I do trust Pipopo. Genuinely, he's a pretty smart guy. Knows his way around. So, the particular logistics of that, you know, I might not need to dive deep. Oh, yes, you did, Haxer. Haxer, do you understand how that all works? Everyone say hello to Haxer. Ooh, and speaking of art, Mr. Riddle of Lightning is here as well. A great doodler of some renown around Turtle WoW. Good to see you too, friend. So, alright. Where was I? Now, if I'm to understand this, there are 6 buffs that this Scythe of Elune can give. And people that, you know, all like dozen people that have it on the server, they want to be able to visually see what debuff they're working with, not have to mouse over it. Yeah, Hacks. I think that is the case. The thing I'm curious about is if I have the right spell name, because you can see that this is one of the 6 effects, and then it does this. I'm not writing down what they all specifically do. The only difference here is I believe the Holy One does healing. Mod hit chance value, true spell. Yeah, it looks like it is a bit of a heal. That is as far as I followed that rabbit trail. I'm not going to worry about it that much because we're just going to do the art. Now, let's think about how we can best represent this. There's a couple really simple ways we can do it. And then there's maybe some like creative, interpretive art stuff we might do. Well, we don't need to know how to draw. We just need to know how to define something and then try to infuse it in a way that it will stand out and look different. Also, Lizzie Babs, if you know the secret sauce on how this works, or why P. Popo would say that, I'm all ears. So I think the obvious step we could do, right, we could take this icon itself, which, if I'm being perfectly honest, is quite overused, and throw out some different colors. Now, one issue right off the bat, this is already blue-ish, and if we're thinking about our... Oh, where's it? Actually, I can just jot this down right here. All right, so we have I went fire. No. And you need to be like way smaller. Let's like go for like 20-point font. And you didn't change your color. What was the order? Does anyone remember the order? It would be good to have the reference so I don't have to keep doing this. Fire, nature, frost, shadow. Nature, frost, shadow, arcane, holy. There we go. We can just, you know what? We can just move this around a little bit. Put it right where we want it. By the way, I am still learning how to use GIMP. So I'm sorry if that's going to trigger anyone because I don't know all the shortcuts yet. It's really something that's only going to bother those people that use it all the time. All right. So we know, hey, fire, that's one. I'm going to show you guys just a really simple trick. This one trick. A very lazy thing you can do. And listen, I'm guilty of it. But it's very easy to do and can help with icon differentiation. We're thinking fire. Oh, we're just going to go over to... Oh, that's going to be tough because it didn't show me those. Colors. Hue chroma. Oh, you guys can't... Oh, can you see it? You can't see it. Oh, well. Here I am messing with the hue knob. Woo! See? Simple. Now, if I were to just do this kind of in a rote way, I don't think it would be that interesting, if, truth be told. So, I could do this and ship it, making you guys sit here and watch me do this 5 more times. I don't think it's that interesting. Maybe only, just a few more. And yeah, Willie, it is weird. It's always been a hand. For a long time, I thought it was like a comet shooting into like a hillside. And Dane, I know, sorry, I don't know if you're late on chat, but yes, it is a razor thin margin. Because I think I was bringing that up like 15, 20 minutes ago. If you're watching on YouTube and you think you're desynced, hit refresh. That usually helps. So, anyway, we'll just do a little bit of this. Oh, did that even... I'll just say okay there. And it'll just be like a fire clear cast. That way I'll remember it. And then boom, I can ship it. I don't think it's that that crazy. I'm trying to think of something that might be a little bit more center to the Scythe of Elune. Also, if you have an idea, if you have maybe an approach that won't require any actual artistry, just the hacky stuff, I'm all ears. I'm all orc, and I'm all yours. Just BT nimulation off BLP doesn't get a lot of use. Yeah, it's true. I'm glad someone finally said it. Fun thing I found out too. So this is just like a filter. Or not, it's not even... I can just go here and just change it up again. Yeah, kind of cool. So, for now though, what I'm going to do is leave that one to the side. Because, oh geez, I just made that go away. I made my overlay go away, help. Okay, we back. So I'm going to leave that one to the side. We don't need to look at it. My idea, my poorly thought out, poorly executed, hacky idea is like, why don't I just get the scythe and put different color backgrounds behind it? That way it's on brand with the scythe and can't really get mixed up with their icons. And, you know, I thought that might be a good approach. And yes, by the way, I can't order around Dane, and neither can you. However, he's very friendly, and if you have a really good idea for an icon, or maybe, you know, looking for some opinions, if he has time, maybe. But he did just invite anyone in chat. If you have an idea, I'm right here. I'll make it and ship it off to Vrog for recolors. Looks like he got that down. You're right, I did. So let's go on a little journey. Let's find that little annoying scythe icon. It's got to be out there somewhere. So scythe. I'll show you guys a problem that I bump into. So, oh, here it is. Oh my goodness, the scythe. This isn't Wowhead. If I go to Wowhead, you guys probably know what's going to happen. Or maybe it is in Wowhead, right? Wasn't there a... Nah, see, it doesn't exist. I usually get the PNG from Wowhead because they're like as close to the source. You want to get whatever you're working with as little re-downloads. Doesn't matter though, you're still going to get a bad product at the end. I'll show you what I mean. There must be a scythe, right? Oh no, maybe there isn't. Come on, give me a scythe. You guys gotta have a scythe, right? I mean, it's your game. Guys, is there no scythe? That might... I know, it's a vanilla icon though, right? It's gotta be. Oh, Haxer, you think I can get it from Talent Builder? Okay. Let me show you what that process looks like. Let's go to Talent Builder. Right. Oh, I want to make a new tree. I'll go here. What's its name? Actually, I can reverse engineer this. So we know the scythe. Does it say what its name is? Inspect elements? Inspect. It says it's inventory weapon short blade 23. I should have thought of that. Inventory weapon short. There it is. So if I click on this, it's just going to put the icon there. I can save the image, but I can't get a preview, so I don't know if this is going to come with a frame. If it comes with a frame, that means it's already been rendered once, and I would like to avoid getting more renders because small artifacting happens over time. I can see what happens though. I'll do copy image. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's just paste that. No, you into pasting? You like pasting? Ah, oh, that's, see, Haxer, when you copy it, it gives you that. It gives you the outline. I think there's another way I could try. Alright, if I, like, click this and do... Check Discord. An old man. Very thankful, Haxer, but this one does, it already has the frame on it. Not that I can't use it, I totally can. But that makes me concerned that it still might have artifacts. It might not, it might be okay. But that does show me that it's a copy of a copy of a copy. And listen, quality matters. Maybe not for you guys, but I care that the player gets as good of an experience as possible because I'm a player too. Okay, I could probably work with this. I'm not, in the back of my head, I'm not going to try to think about how maybe I just ruined it or broke it. Right? You guys can think it, just don't say it out loud because I'll keep doing it. Oh, yeah, well, Haxer, that's true. I know that the frame is a post-render thing. It just, from my experience, when I'm playing around with icons, I'm like, oh, that one already has a frame. It's already probably been rendered. The difference it's going to make is like this at the end of the day. But, like I said, quality matters. All right, so here's the thing. Right now, this is just this icon, and injecting a background onto it's going to be pretty difficult. If I do a drop shadow, let's see, can I get rid of the selection? Is it? Nope, that's not. There it is, okay. So I could show you what it looks like when I go to do a drop shadow. And I'll show you why you need to remove the black. Lights and shadows, drop. Hello, what's going on here? So, let's make it like really obnoxious and red. So if you look, you see how the shadow is like, it's behind the entire image. It's not actually behind the scythe. So that's why we need to do something a little different. We need to remove all the black. Now this is difficult because it's a little tedious. Also, I want to show you guys something that you won't be able to unsee. Do you see how there's like this black and then there's this black? This is what I'm talking about with like artifacting. Over time, copying and pasting puts little things in there, little approximations. This is one reason why I do the rigmarole to try to get the cleanest version. So I just thought I'd show that to you so you can never unsee it. As I think Dane's told me, there's no real true black. No, Riddle, that's exactly when. By the way, Riddle, I also know you know your way around art and stuff. So like, I love the fact that you're here. You picked a good day to show up. I am so appreciative of your skill and willingness to talk about it and share it. So here's the thing. I did a select there. Did I just luck out and that's like really good? Not really. Sometimes I have to change the threshold. If I just take down the threshold a little bit, I think that's going to be good enough. Ooh, we're cooking. It's still capturing this right here, but what I can do is we'll take this. What's the get rid of it? Yeah. Okay. I will delete the layer. Nothing changed. Not to your eyes, but I believe it's gone. I think it's Shift A. No, Control A. There. All right, the selection's gone. Now I do have a basic black background. If I get rid of that, you can see what we're working with. It's not super clean. There is some spots where we need to put in some better definition. But what I'd like to do before then is play around with some fun background colors. As I said before, I was going to use a drop shadow. I've had good success with it. There might be other shadow effects. If anyone knows any that might look good, I've been just relying on drop shadow, but there's a lot of negative space here. So if I was feeling like particularly endeavorous, when I really wanted to get the brass ring, something that would be cool is if I put like some kind of like an icon like right in here. So like when it's the nature one, I could put like a leaf, or if it's fire, I could put the fire in addition to having the background. But I'm not that guy. Oh my god, guys. Dane said I did a good job. Let's go. Artists are finally recognizing my skill of using a tool. You have to find out how to find icons. If you ask Haxer, I'm sure he can help you. I mean, my process is a little, roundabout. The easiest way is just to go to Wowhead. I will show this in case anyone is curious and wants to join the festivities here. Just pick an item. On all items on Wowhead, you'll see this icon. You click that, it'll bring you to where this item's used. But if you click the icon again, it'll bring you to this. The raw, unfiltered, unadulterated, original, or what we think is original. That's how you get the icon. Those images are smaller. With the frame, it's 64 by 64, and if you need a frame, I can get you the right frame. Oh, thank you, Dan. You're so sweet. Dan, were you supposed to do a Pardon the Pummel soon? All right. Did you see my message in your chat? No, I probably missed it. Hold on. Dan, for you, I'll stop the car and get out. Oh, I see Dan yelled Vrograg. Heads up, I'll be getting your news here tonight when I upload the final cut of UTC here. Under the shell? I'm assuming? Also we need to figure out some time to record a new Pardon the Pummel. Oh, and then, yeah, I see here too, I got the DM, Dane, thanks. I don't want your feet pics, but I appreciate it. I'm glad you're that comfortable with me. But, yeah, that's cool. Alright, where was I? I got really far off the reservation there. It's kind of normal around these parts. So, we'll do a little test here. Let's go to a little drop shadow. It stinks that you guys can't see the menus, but it's okay. It's good, because if you watched me do all the menus, you'd be really frustrated at how little I know. Okay, we're back in drop shadow land. What kind of shadow can we drop? Obviously, black isn't going to be very helpful. We're going to try for the first one that fire idea. Usually orange and red reads pretty well like fire. You want something, if it's something too bright, I feel like it might be a little obnoxious, but see, that's, now we're cooking with a good red. Or at least we got that selected. And here I can move where the shadow originates from. You can kind of see it still retains some of the shape. You can change the radius. Maybe make it a little bit tighter on the item itself. Change how opaque it is. We do want something that's going to be able to be visually seen as like, hey, that's the red stuff. But like, if I do that, obnoxious. And if you go too faint, then it's like, what are you even doing? Let me fiddle with this a little bit. I don't think that changes anything. Oh. So, it is a little tough because I just realized the item frame is now registering as part of the object itself. Another reason why I hate getting the item frames. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a careful surgery. I need to get rid of the item frame. How will I do that? It's not going to be pretty, but I'm just going to... Fortunately, it's very square-shaped, so... Is that the item or not? I actually don't know. You'll notice it doesn't look like anything's happening. That's because there's an item frame right behind it. Now when I go to do the drop, it might look better. It's probably not going to make a difference. Oh, you know what? There's a way I can check. Because... Where is the frame? Oh, the frame was at the top, of course. See? And did I lose? No, we're fine there. Yeah. There's no... What's this? I don't know why this is the saying, but the saying that there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's a lot of weird aphorisms in English. I do not know why that one stuck, because I love cats. It's disgusting. Did anyone know the name of Scythe of Elune? Riddle, I do know the exact name, if you're curious. I can tell you that the name is... INV _ weapon _ short blade _ 2? _ 29. I had that off the dome. All right. I swear, by the way, Dane, when I'm actually working on stuff, I'm not this distractible. Not normally. All right, let's get this. All right, we're just going to work with that color. I can go back and change it to color later. Well, let's make this radius nice and tight, just so I can see exactly where it's going. You see how there's no item frame floating around? gonna make it nice and opaque for now. Let's now obviously this is a little much, right? This is a little. Now we can just kind of soften it out a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little bit less opaque, and see now we're talking. Now we're in the zone. Might want to soften up the radius just a smidge. You see what I'm talking about? How like there's a perfect spot right in the middle. Now this could work. This could work. Yes, Lax Elf. Icons can be any size. The final rendered product needs to be 64 by 64 with the item frame. Or you can make them. The underlying image is a 56 by 56. Also, for anyone jumping in, this is because Pipopo pointed out to me that there are 6 unique and different buffs Scythe of Elune gives when people are using it. And you know what? When that buff shows up, it's hard to know what you're working with. So this is... Oh, did you just get rid of my work? Oh, don't tell me you just did that. Oh, I did because I clicked out. Man. That's such a bummer. All right. Do all that work again. The radius, we're going to put it right over. I wish I could remember what I did. How do you guys feel about red? Do you think the color should be changed? And I'm sorry if that's ableist to anyone who's colorblind. I'm trying. Anyway, so this is just step 1. It actually is slightly more complicated because, and I might come back to the color. We zoom out here. Even from, I don't know, around about here, you can notice there's like little jagged edges. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like I skillfully removed all the black from it, but didn't kind of smooth anything out. So, we're going to go in and smooth that out a little bit, but not before I show another little trick of the trade that Dane revealed to me. Now, we are going to add another layer. This layer is going to be right over. That's fine. I could change it to overlay later. Now, if I'm using the same color, or roundabout, I'm going to take the brush. When you're dealing with stuff this small, you're pretty much using 1 or 2 pixel size brushes. See, I could doodle all over it and ruin everything. That's not our final goal here. I'm going to try to see how this looks. It might not look great. And if I'm doing a darker outline, I should use a darker color. A nice vibrant color. All right. So yeah, it does look like I'm just scribbling all over this stuff. Kinda am. I like the color. You know, does it... It kind of reads a little bit like fire. This is the most artsy part of this that I'll probably get into because it requires a skilled hand. I believe I am doing this incorrectly. I think I'm supposed to use the darker color with the dark and then the lighter color with the light. I still want to see how it comes out. Also, I just want to show off the overlay trick. I thought that was pretty cool. I want to get the inside and the outside. So right now, let's undo that one. So right now the image thinks that I have doodled upon this. And I have. If I go in here, I could even show, that's pretty much what I did, tracing. And I can change the nature of this layer to be overlay. Now, did it really do much? No, I think it might have made it worse. But I can change the opacity to see what you can see at full opacity. You can see more of the doodle. If I lower it down, might have been a fool's errand. And I'm trying to look for a way to almost give it like a different kind of color around its outside. Another thing I could do pretty easily, rather than play with overlays, and because I will still do overlay later. For like, oh, you know what else I could do? Do I remember what the name of that tool is for GIMP? What is that? I'm trying to remember the name of the. Sorry, not the name. The shortcut for the fill tool. I'm putting that back to normal. Get rid of that. There is a reason. So now it can I just wanted to see what it looked like if it was black. It might not be clear to see right now, but this isn't without. This is just like using an overlay to sharpen up the image itself. You see, right about here, maybe 50. It goes from it gains sharpness because what I've done here is I've added sort of like a contrast to the background. Too much and it still looks kind of janky, but a little less and the colors kind of pop out. That is the trick that Dane showed me. Except he probably told me how to do it right. Oh, is that true, Riddle? I believe you implicitly, because you can do no wrong, because you're one of my favorite people I've ever met through Turtle. So I believe you. Why not blue? Oh, well, Lax Elf, you did miss this part. But this is for the fire buff. And fire red. And there's 5 other colors that we need to do. So I need a color that doesn't conflict. What else was I trying to do? So I can maybe not go this route. Maybe what I can do... Sorry, I'm trying to picture... Good old-fashioned erase. Who doesn't like a little erasure? Now, see, what I'm doing here is... an erase isn't simply just a removal of a pixel. It's like returning it to transparent, essentially. If you look over here, I could change the hardness, and that's like, think of it like how hard you're pressing down on the eraser to, scribble something off of a piece of paper. I could lower the hardness here. So now, we'll really kind of focus. See this pixel right here? I'm just going to tap the mouse. Well, it's still like a little bit there. If I did like a real... See what I'm saying? Like, it didn't delete the color. It just kind of made it less there. And what this can do is it can, in a much more, for me, a lot of this is very Cro-Magnon-y, just very easy pedestrian level stuff. But rather than have those jagged black edges, we can make the scythe pixels a little more see-through. And with any luck, the desired effect will be for it to appear as though the fire energy from behind the scythe is kind of popping out a little bit. Is it going to work? There's no perfect thing. And I absolutely am the kind of person that learns through doing. It helps, of course, to have someone giving you tips and tricks like Mr. Dane. But it also helps to just get your hands in there, get a little dirty, make some mistakes. It's really one of the great essences of learning is just being able to look a little silly. Oh, that's way off. It's funny. I have a stylus. Okay. Get some water here. That brought the jaggedy part of it back a little bit. Not gonna lie, that doesn't look that bad. Now, is it perfect? No. But if I wanted like hey, this is fire, this could work. I could probably change with the shadow a little bit. Much to Riddle's point, he had said, in Warcraft, fire's often yellow or orange. So if we just want to get in there and really be choosy about my colors here. You can't see it right now, but right now I got my finger on the color wheel. Trying to see what really jumps out to me as fire. Now, let's change this a little bit. This is a more orangey red. I could even go... Oh, why did you... It's a little bit more rich and vibrant. Now, by the way, I really want to save yellow. Because I don't know how else to just have holy. So I don't want to get too far into the yellow branch here. Oh, yeah, thank you. Vass, I don't know why I haven't mentioned this. This is a free software. It's open source, so it's free to download, free to use. It's called GIMP. I believe it stands for Graphic Image Manipulation Program. How did I remember that? Good Lord. Jose, now we're talking. Jose says, do red at the scythe, orange at the middle, yellow on the outside. Very labor intensive, but I like where your head's at. I have something for that, though. I have an idea. Surprisingly, I'm like, okay with this color. We're going to take a little trip. Remember how I talked about, hey, you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes? Well, guess what? Buckle in. It's mistake time. Remember, guys, I showed you that cool, nifty little trick where you can put overlays on stuff. I tried to do an outline to kind of get a good definition of the item. But what if we use that overlay to kind of blend different colors into the fire? I don't know if it's going to work. But that could be a way to do it. Alright, so usually the ends of a fire is yellow. And then it goes like orange, red, and you can have like blue in the very middle. I think that's how it works. Am I about to have a reference image for fire? Yeah. Guys, don't do drugs. You'll end up like old Vrogreg. What color does fire look like? Okay. It's white in the middle, yellow around that, then orange, then red. And yes, Vass, that was the exact one I looked up. You can see what they did here. All right. So like orange, yellow, sorry, white-ish. I mean, I'm not gonna do a white, I don't think, but I'll start with like a yellow and then move out. You know, Lizzie Babs, I know Mandalore is hungry, but the only way he gets fed off schedule is if, I think it was Kiandros. You can get me to feed him. Yeah, I'll dono gate feeding Mandalore. He's gonna get fed automatically by his little obelisk. He's just being a brat. So. Okay, so the inside, we're thinking yellow. Oh, wait a minute. Is that... Yeah. Oh, I'm just like arbitrary picking colors. This machine does not care what I'm picking. I can use a little bit bigger of a brush right now because I'm feeling a little frisky. Don't worry. This will all get overlaid later. It might not look great right now, and that's okay. Now I'm going to let my shaky hand do the rest. Oh, this is going to look so stupid. Have the orange really hugging most of it. And then we'll have like a nice red. Too red. Again, it's gonna look bad right now, it's okay, but once I put that overlay thing on it, you guys are gonna lose your mind. Or it's gonna look really bad. Okay. The moment of truth. It looks like I just squiggled inside of it. I mean, it gave the fire some, like, a little bit of play in there. I don't know if it necessarily added anything. I actually don't like it. Worth a shot. Gomesu26. Hi. Welcome to chat. Welcome to my strange obsession. And you were asking, the upper part in the inner C shape is pure white. Is that intentional? I mean, also, I don't think it's pure white. It could be close. Ooh, yeah, that might actually be there. Hold on, I will get pure white. This is a block of pure white. Oh, I'm not selecting a visible layer. Good point. Yeah. I mean, to answer you, the answer is like, yeah. The reason it was white was because whoever made it, because I think this is a vanilla icon, white's a very strong color, but it offers a lot of contrast. And it's really conveying to you, the player, that, oh, like this item is quite shiny. That's the long and short of it. Do you think you can put a gradient for a drop shadow? I gotta know. I don't think you can. Oh, maybe you can, but I don't know how. Let's check my options here. Yeah, I don't think you can. Try the hue layer mode. Oh, okay. Hue layer mode. Now we're back on Squiggle Land. Mode. Oh, it did a little something. If maybe I cleaned up those lines, it might not be too bad. Let's try some of the other options. Hue saturation. You know, Haxer, you might be onto something here. So I have to keep looking up because the drop downs don't show in my overlay. I actually have to look at where the program is. What's L? Why is LCH and HSV? Like, what? How are they different? Why are they different? I'll tell you which one I like more. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you, Haxer. That kind of gives it some. That gives it some actual play. I like this. The Ember Wand might offer some insight on how to achieve the effect. I'm down. I'll take a look. Because you know what? We're learning together. Because I'll say I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. Ember Wand. Okay, let's do a nice little case study here. Okay, so it looks like for this, they went with like a really sharp, very distinct white in a very tight outline. And then they had little orangey flames kind of playing off of it, and then faded out to the red. These other little globe effects, I don't think that's something I'd be experienced enough to play with, but you can see they look like little embers near it. It's not the worst idea, but I kind of don't want to, you know, add too much. But that's a good idea. I can maybe try to clean up what I did there, and then give it another go with this pass of the hue layer. Now, my concern here, though, is that we have this scythe, and do I do the tight yellow-white outline around the whole thing? I mean, maybe that's the play. But you can see the handle below it is ignored, so I guess for the handle, I don't do it. I can try it. Yeah, Vass, you're not wrong. Haxer's not only cooking, Haxer should probably be working on something. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful. I just know how much work the team has right now because it's like crunch time. So, you know. Alright, we'll try, I want to make this layer go... How much does that actually change? It's so little. That's such a shame. I'm going to... Oh, I can make the drop shadow go by 2. Perfect. I can bring the drop shadow back after. Don't worry. Now, we used that nice little swatch of a very bright... Oh, Mandalore. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't feed you. I'm sorry. I need like a donation in order to let you live. Otherwise, you're gonna starve to death. What's that? You think you deserve a treat? Hold on. How soon are you getting fed? According to my watch, you're getting fed in 13 minutes. Cats don't understand time. Riddle, is it okay if I show it off? I'll take a look. Let me take another crack at this. Doing this thing. Nice. Okay. All right, wait. I have to check Discord, guys. A lot of people are saying, hey, check Discord. I sent more feet pics. Check out Discord. Oh, boy. Yeah, they did blow up. What do we got here? All right, first, we're going to do a palette cleanser. We're going to do a quick palette cleanser. We've been looking at this scythe for a while. And Dane sent me a revision for a mana agate. If you don't know, mages have a spell. They can make a gem. The gems also look like real gems that are in the game. So some people are like, oh, maybe add a different gem icon. Dane likes mages, so obviously they get first pick. So I'm just gonna make this stuff invisible. We'll take a look in agate. Oh, please paste in the right spot. I am so into this. I'm trying to get like a good size scale. I don't know how it looks on your screen. But yes, it's much more, it looks more like it's drawn. Now, what I want to show you guys, because we're talking about a comparison, so let me get the other great artwork that I have from Dane for Mana Agate. Which, by the way, I also like the other one. It just, I got some, like, pushback on it. They're like, well, I don't know. Okay. So let me make another layer right here. There is no data in, oh, of course, because Discord's got to be special. Discord's a special little kid. Hold on, where did it go? Oh. I keep trying to drag and drop it onto something that it's not on. I don't know why, but it's... It just got super unresponsive. Oh no, I should save all my work. All right. So this is the one he sent. Now, I do want to say, I really like this one. This actually looks kind of like what an agate looks like. I guess it would also be fair to maybe get the original, right? If we're looking at everything in its totality. I think this is the mana agate. I think it is. Sorry about how long that took. All right. So we have, this is the original. This was draft number 1. And this was the recent revision. I will say I'm partial to the last one. I'd love to hear what you guys think. By the way, great job. The cyber green one. Yeah, so after talking to some people, someone from Hard Chores, I believe, that put it very succinctly to, again, I'm not like an art guy, but I can kind of like vibe it out. What happened was this one looks like an agate, but where things don't sometimes feel like vanilla is where there's almost like a realism to them. And that isn't strictly what it means. But I think the best way to explain it is obviously to show. When you look at this gem, you get the distinct impression that it was drawn. It doesn't look like a picture. It looks like a very colorful rendition. When you look at this, because of the way the luster is, it doesn't really pop with that sense of this was hand drawn. And not everything needs to be perfectly hand drawn. But I think that is there's like this sense of like cartoony that is very pervasive in vanilla WoW. And that did extend to a lot of the icon artwork. So when looking at this versus this one looks more in that vein. If I was making a game and I wanted an agate, this is the superior icon, in my opinion. And I love the little outline. But this one's pretty good too. Also, because it's that's like the level 10 or something mage item, it's good that it's not too much, because this is like your weakest mana gem. Dane, isn't that funny? You'll hand draw something, but then it's like, well, yeah, but you didn't draw it. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that works, Haxer. That just it's one of the places where I feel like I have a lot of room to grow and learn, is being able to convey why I feel a certain way about art. And Lord knows I can talk forever, but finding the right words to convey very subtle or nuanced things, I think, is a place where I can grow. And I imagine all of you could as well. Yeah, Vast, yeah. I think you're right about that. Anyway, that was part 1 of the show and tell. Love it. Don't change it. Who else is up here? Sorry, I'm getting some new icons to share with y'all. I need to clean up my house a little bit. Oh my goodness. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, from the wonderful minds of, Doodles. Doodles. The man, the myth, the doodle legend himself. I'm just throwing a... You see doodles in the Turtle WoW community that look like this? Good chance Riddle did them, right? This isn't the thing I'm showing you. Man, I think I got those allergies. You know when your throat starts drying out? But there's... Y'all know I've been able to talk for a long time. This is definitely allergies. But, he took a crack. He took a crack at the scythe. So let's see what he cooked up here. I'm looking for those words. This one's a GIF, huh? Is the GIF animated? So. All right, I'm verbalizing my thoughts now. The jump between the different colors is very, very jarring. And in light of the handle being much shaded much more naturally, I think that's jarring. It's a shame because the fire is amazing. Can I cut out just the fire? Wait a minute. Oh, sweet. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can do thievery. Riddle, what's that over there? Is there a way for me to do this? Kinda? Okay, maybe I can do this. I don't know. Don't do that. Do it by composite. Yeah, that's okay. Now let's go in with an eraser. No one will know I've been here. Let's get rid of this. Huh? Why are you not erasing? Oh, because there's an actual scythe? No, wait, why are you not erasing? Oh, because I left the hardness on, like... Yeah, okay. And because I'm only selecting certain icons. Ah, there it is. All right, we're cooking. I'm curious what this would look like with the natural look, because I actually like how the fire looks, Riddle. Do you guys hear the clanging of metal and kibble? Mandalore has now been fed. Now maybe I can... Anyway, this doesn't need to be perfect. I just want to see what it looked like with the normal scythe. It's actually not... You know what? I think I see the problem, Riddle. Is that the base scythe is actually very, very bright. And so conveying that, hey, this is like a white hot thing, I think the scythe actually makes that difficult. So that's why you darken the blade. I can see your... maybe that was your process. I can see that process, though. Yeah. inverting the colors of the scythe is a good call. Oh, yeah, we'll try it. We'll give it a whirl. You know, because like I said, we're in here. We're just getting our hands dirty. It doesn't matter. Everything can be Control-Z. All right, hold on. Where's colors? Colors, invert it. Maybe if it's not the handle. Send different versions. Well, here's the thing. I could send. I can have as many versions as I want, but you know, part of my job, part of what I'm trying to do is make this as seamless and easy for the team. If I send them, hey, here's some Scythe of Elune buff icons, but I send them like 58, when they're days away from compiling the patch, they're not going to have the cognitive wherewithal to be able to make good choices or healthy choices. If you've been around people who have to deal with crunch as a programmer, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. I did like the idea of inverting though. That was so clever. By the way, have to do this 5 more times for different elements. So if anyone wants to think about ideas for, where was it? Nature, Frost, Shadow, Arcane, and Holy, start thinking now. And since it's an image manipulation program, I could save everything. Oh, I made it alive again. Let's see. Scythe, fire 1. That way I don't lose it. I have lost some of my work before. It's very annoying when it happens. Look at the elixir of the sage and try. Oh, I didn't even finish looking at my Discord stuff too. Oh, good to know. Thank you, Dane. Thank you, Dan, for the message. Whew. Mandel, you like your lunch there? All right, where were we? And just how it happens that Dane sent over the whole kit and caboodle for the mana agate. And evidently you can open up things from Photoshop and GIMP. I don't know how true that is. No, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this right now during stream, but I'm curious. Well, Jose, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's too late. I have already destroyed Elixirs of the Sages. You fool. You didn't realize that it shared an icon with the Zanza Sheen, did you? It's not your fault. But my avarice towards reused icons knows no bounds. My vengeance will be swift and merciless. Because right now, I have this for Elixirs of the Sages. Just, yeah, I mean, that's... I see what you're saying. Definitely something can be done with that. Part of what I do, too, is I try to keep it simple. There's a couple of reasons why. I'm bad at art. 2, volume. Got 250 item icon changes. Dane's done some great new artwork, but a bulk of them are me, like, looking at a juju and going, let's change that color. You know? And another thing, if I'm being perfectly honest, I do actually really appreciate and respect the integrity of the original vanilla. And I want to try when I can, when I feel it's still warranted, to try to maintain that original artistic vision. That's why I feel weird when it's like, I give a new icon to something. Even when the old icon's bad, just like legitimately bad, I'm like, yeah, but you know... And I know someone from this chat. I don't know if they're here. I have the dumbest one. No one's ever seen this. Let me see if I can get the... Do you want to see an icon that no one really needs to have changed? But someone from one of these streams tossed it out. And I said, you know what? For you, maybe. Where is it? I know he did this. Oh, did I get rid of it? No, I didn't. The glowing fruit. Someone from stream said, hey, this is a low-level quest item. It's supposed to be a glowing fruit, but it's not glowing. That was one place where I said, you know what? Screw the original artist's vision. Let's have some glowing fruit. It doesn't even look that glowy. If you see it against what the normal apple is, it will really jump out to you, though. Do I have the regular apple? I don't. Well, trust me. It's just pure black behind it. And when you look at it here, it looks like it has some luminescence. Hey, you got your food. What's the problem? Needs more glow. So it's also part of the reason why I don't do all of this by committee, because sometimes you just got to get done. Yeah, hacks are right. Yeah, it could. I think it's. Oh no, wait, no. Where did I put that? Anyway, let me clear up some of the stuff here. I'm going to swiftly. This is another reason why I really like the drop shadow effect, because now. Let's get that nice and big. According to this order, we have Nature, Frost, Shadow, Arcane, Holy. Well, bang these out real quick. Check this out. Oh, you can't see the drop down, but that's okay. Nature. Thinking green? I'm thinking green. I don't want it to be kind of over. I don't want it to be like lime. Nature's lime, yellow, white. Well, yeah. white and yellow are going to have to be holy. So we're going to keep it more towards the green of lime. Scythe. Nature. Now let's get back to the old drop shadow. It was nature frost. Well, frost is going to be blue. Sometimes it's easy. All right. Brown, the scythe of poop. I cannot tell you how annoying the color brown is. It's just such a... Like, if you ask a person to point to something that's brown, they could probably point to it and they know exactly what it looks like. But when you go to the color wheel, it kind of, like, fades. You're like, well, I guess it's kind of orange. Also, when you mix other colors, they always seem to become brown. I don't know. Let's make him the Scythe Frost. What was it after that? It was Shadow Arcane Holy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. We're into a problem. Shadow, though. I guess we go like purple? Hello, Rest and Beat. Oh, good to see you, friend. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Gomesu says Shadow is black and purple. Yes. We already have black from the background. I'm thinking purple. Lavender magenta. Ooh. You know what really broke my mind when I learned this? Is that magenta, the color, is a... hold on, I think it's like on one end. So all light is different frequency vibrations of light. And if I remember this correctly, I think red is the less intense frequency and blue and purple are like the higher intensity. A good way to remember this is, from my memory, ultraviolet can burn your skin, ultraviolet light, because it's higher energy. Whereas infrared is just like, you just kind of exude it. Okay. Sorry, we're really off the reservation. But magenta is a color that is your brain can't processes. Like, the cones in our eye can't really do magenta. It's like a guess based on a color that's, I believe, after purple. I got it. I'm gonna listen. He did eat his food. I'm gonna get him a treat. He's never been acting like this. Maybe there's something wrong with him. Be right back. What is it, you butthead? Come on up. Yeah. Mandel, are you going to say hello? No. Mandler says hi, everyone. He reminded me to fill his water dish and to go get a drink. Do you have any feedback? Mandalore, do you? No? Yeah, okay. Well, that's about normal for cats. Oh, he is a cutie, Brutus, and he is a pain in my butt. Also, now I realize, like, Bulbasaur is staring directly at the camera. Oh, there's not much little about him, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's get a purple. To say okay first. Again, these don't have to be perfect. I believe by their definition, these buffs don't last very long either. It's just to help people that have the Scythe of Elune know which one of the buffs they got, because I think it's random. Also, if anyone here actually is a Scythe of Elune holder, let me know how it works, because I don't understand it. Alright, now here's a tough one. Holy. I kind of can't go white because white's not going to look good with the Scythe. Because there, as we discussed, there's already some white in the Scythe. I mean, it might look decent. I'll take a look, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold. Now, if we go like a real bright, vibrant yellow, something that's a little... Well, Vass, I didn't write how this works. I just know that one of the effect is like a healing holy effect. The early lore, because like we're in the early lore, right? Because we didn't go to TBC. The differentiation between holy and arcane is kind of vague. I'm gonna be honest too. I do not actually like this color. Because it's so bright. Wait a second. Did they come back? Wait, hold on. How did that? Oh boy. I'm going far back in the old clipboard. I swear there's a reason for this. Hold on. Huh. It looks less jagged here. What did I do? Huh. Oh, is there like a menu to go through? Undo history. Oh, this is so nice. I didn't know programs have this. I'm trying to find where I did all the eraser stuff. Okay, so I've already done it. All right. I thought it wasn't showing up. I think I need to give another pass because of how bright this yellow is. Oh, I don't... Oh, it's just there. Okay. I'm like, I break something? I'm going to give another pass on using that eraser, like I talked about previous. And without much hardness on it, just a little bit. Just to soften up. Oop, okay, I don't want to delete the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's important to have a steady hand. I don't have one of those. Also, it's a mouse. But yeah, pretty much all I was trying to do is just get this just to lighten up a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit more presentable. And Scythe Holy. Beautiful. And just like that, I've made 6 things that I may not like in a day. While we're here, gabbing, chatting, talking, what have you. Let me also just save this because I don't want to lose all the work I did. Yes, Vass. I would like to think of them as provisional. Like, I'm not... Again, I want to be perfectly clear about this. Do people with the Scythe of Elune need more? Clearly, they're good enough to get the Scythe. Why do we need to help them? And I believe, according to the webpage where we found these buffs, I do not remember what the... Man, this is a long quest. Look at that. Okay, I just want to get the... What was the name of the buff now? I can't remember. Oh, just Elune. Their webpage die. Alright, this is the... Okay. Also, look how many things this item does. I think it's a bit broken. Improves your chance to hit and get critical strike and get a critical strike with spells by 2%. Increases damage done by magical spells and effects by up to 40. Do you guys want to do like a quick experiment? Because I got a really good idea here, and I think, yeah. Let me show. Because I have something really. I think I have a good way to fix this. Let me see. I'll even make a new project for this. Alright, so we're gonna go right here. You can see my mouse there, not a big deal. Let's just get rid of this mouse so no one knows of it there. Delete that. Color picker, boom, boom. Like no one knows I was here. All right, and we go here. I think we have to pick like a white color for the text just to make it look convincing. And then man, he's really going at it. Just wanna no. Shaman. I don't know, does that look right? Maybe a little bigger. Do you guys think that's the right text font? Hard to say. I think they use Fritz. Oh no, that's for the that's actually not bad. It's really just like that. Oh, you know what? It missed the comma. Huh? Yeah, yep, okay. And we're gonna bring it down just a little bit. And then box it in. Maybe something doesn't look right because I don't understand the text manipulation. It's kind of funny. The text manipulation in GIMP is actually not as good as it is in Paint.net, which is what I was using before. I want this little box to go away. I don't know why it's there. Canvas editor. There it is. Oh! DJ Shield!
Greg.
I'm sorry, you can't cash in on the Feedy Mandalore thing. Okay, guys. Haxer, turn off the stream for a second. Guys, I'm gonna... Listen. This whole thing about the icons, it's just a show. The real plan is I'm gonna infiltrate. And I'm going to get Obamsawin to get the Scythe of Elune. Because she did no crime. She's just an elemental shaman. Why can't she have this item? I don't know. But you know what? I will get justice done. Oh, it's almost there. It's almost believable, guys. It's almost... Maybe down a size? Yeah, it's got to be down to size. 9. No. Oh, maybe I do need the canvas editor. Yep, that's the one. I knew it. No. Okay. If I put this in the database, do you think they're going to notice? Do you think anyone would notice? And yes, Haxer, it was a long joke. I'm still a little bitter about this. Rao Kangren, I want you to think about that for a second. You do realize that literally a Shadow Priest could get this? A Warlock could get this. You want to talk about heretics? Come on. Come on. So I put this in the game. Like, profit. That's the whole plan. I'm not upset. You're upset. GIMP has a feature to delete it. No, I don't want to remove the... Oh, I was about to leak something. I'm not supposed to leak that. I will say this. I have, in so many ways, like, I'll complain about something, and then I'll hear, like, you know, just wait till later. When is later? Man. How many years I gotta wait for justice? It could have been locked to... Oh, yeah, that's an interesting approach. Rao Kangren, if you think the lore of the item supports warlocks getting it more so than shamans, I would love to pick your brain about that. Priests make sense. But if druids would get it, why wouldn't shamans? That's where I'm hung up, because druids are supposed to revere nature. And they didn't make it faction locked to only Elune worshipping night elves. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I've really lost the thread here. I'm getting back on track, kind of. I just, every time I see this, it makes me upset. Every time, like, I'm getting mad again. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out how this trinket works, because this is just this is an equip effect. And then this says, Elune infuses your magic with astral power, giving your... Now, this could have been worded differently. Giving your landing damaging spells. Just giving your damaging spells. Like, why does... Oh, it has to hit and I get resisted, I guess? That's weird. A 5% chance to unleash the astral power, dealing 500 to 651 arcane damage and imbuing your next damage spell with moonlight. Spells imbued by moonlight increase the damage the target takes from its spell school by 8% and cause an additional effect. So this is the random part. And cause an additional effect for 10 seconds, depending on the spell school of the damaging spell. Okay, so let's take a step back. The reason we're going back, I'm trying to figure out who this actually helps. So this is a debuff. You have the Scythe of Elune. You cast a spell, it hits, and then there's a chance they get this debuff. And we looked at what those debuffs do. But there's a chance... Oh, this is for raid groups with multiple Scythe of Elune users. Because if you only have one Scythe, like... Well, I guess Druid might be slightly different because you have Nature and Arcane. But I think that's how this ended up happening. Is that 2 to 3 Scythe users, they're shooting their laser beams. And then if you're a caster who can do different schools, you're like, oh crap, which magic is he taking more damage from? So that is actually who this helps. Sweaty Parse Lords. If anyone thinks that I don't serve the whole community, I'll have you remember this day. Because an improvement like that helps no one but them. Also, Rex, I see what you said. It means spells that don't miss. They could have just written that. Although it would be funny if like a partial resist messes it up. I mean, maybe. So, I think so, not to get all semantical, but let's be honest. A Parse Lord and a Sweat, they share a lot of space, but you can be a tryhard, but not focus on parses, right? You can definitely do the best you can and go crazy trying to do everything, but you're not like obsessed with how high up you're. Like, I think that only helps people that are literally only obsessed with how big their number is. I think someone who, because I say this because Kara 40 requires players to be expending effort, like a lot of effort to do it well. Obviously, once you get the fights down and stuff, it gets a little easier, as do all raids. So, I don't know. I could see a world where you're a try-hard, sweaty, but you're not a Parse Lord. I like when parses happen too. I think we all do in some way. It also summons a dude? It's too strong. And I'm locked out of it. I'm not taking a mage just to get the item. You know what I'm saying? A shaman should have it by right. Anyway. Going back to the spreadsheet. Doing some breathing. Calming down. We're centered. We're feeling good. Oh, right, because I had to do this. So these are just the buffs. Okay. While I have the spreadsheet open, any icons someone's watching now would like to be looked at, maybe thought about, I'll show off, while you guys are talking about that, while you're thinking about it, I'll show off some of my more recent work. I have a small folio. I also need to get that folio. Let's go there. Oh, Rex, that must have been really nice. So this one came across my radar recently. I think I can show this best on Glyph of Deflection. So here's something interesting. Glyph of Deflection actually shares an icon with Lothab's Reflection. Now, I don't think anyone really cares a lot about Lothab's Reflection. If you look at did I just have a brain fart like for the name of it? Oh, Lothab has an A, of course. So even on Turtle WoW, they haven't really done anything with this trinket to make it better or more worthwhile. I'm sure there's a use for it. I could see maybe... It doesn't even have stamina. It can't even really warrant using it in PvP. I don't know who it's for. But that's the vanilla item. It's 13 across the board, proc for a 40 boost, and I don't want Season of Discovery. I want this one. Yeah, 13 and 40. Yeah, it's... However, I bring it up for a reason. The warmth of forgiveness. We take a look at this. again, in Naxxramas, 2 trinkets, reused icons. Now, looking at the vanilla values, Warmth of Forgiveness is kind of a trap. Generally, you'd be a healer if you're using this. It's decent mana, but 500 mana every 3 minutes. Just for some comparison, Shard of the Scale. This is an item. This is not the Season of Discovery one, which is different. 16 mana per 5. This comes from Onyxia. Competes with this item. They're both trinkets. You can see the issue, right? Like, why is this in Nax? So, over in Turtle World, Warmth of... now it's got 33 healing. Where I come from, that's called the glow up. 500 mana every 3 minutes, 10 mana per 5. I think, don't quote me on this, I think they even changed the cooldown on this. Oh, I'm not sure. I kind of want to check now. Is there a way to know? Oh, hello. It's a... That can't be right. Is that right? Does anyone verify that? A 1 minute cooldown? I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can... item change. Warmth of Forgiveness? Turtle, wow. Grab the item data and link it in game. I'm not playing right now. Why would I play the game I talk about all the time? Are you crazy? Well, now I'm seeing conflicting information. I love Turtle Owl. This is from... Oh boy, where is this? Itemization for 1.17.2. So they changed it from 500 to 700. Is that even right? I know the original is 500. Alright, is it up to 700? I even have a healer that has it too. Anyway. How much isn't... It's a good healer trinket now. It's good. It's really good. Alright? I don't want to get lost in the weeds. We also have... it's Eye of the Dead. That's the pair. If you look over here. 70 healing. And then when you use it, your next 5 spells get additional healing. This was always a good healer trinket. And now, it is still just as good. Now here's the problem. If you're a raider, and you're healing, and you want that good mana, and you want that big heal, there's a good chance you're rotating these trinkets. And they have the same icon. So, oh man, who suggested this one? Oh, I have it on the tip of my tongue. It was someone who was in theory crafting. Crap, I can't remember. Well, shouts out to them. Because... Where is it? Oh, can I use this one? Yeah, maybe I can. Hold on. Getting the actual... Why can't I... Copy? Oh, I know why. Also, can I just... I just want to move you. Okay, beautiful. And, here it is. Do I have the originals? I mean, we can see the originals, but... Did I save them anywhere? Of course not. They're nothing to write home about, right? They're just, again, I just did some of my hacky stuff where I just did some color swapping, some hue shifting. But I thought it'd be a nice touch for those people. I was happy to do that one. So that's been one I did recently. Wait a minute. Is that Shield who did that? It was. Also, Shield, I didn't realize it was 4 primes. I think 4 subs. I thought it was just 8 subs. All the same. Thank you, Shield. I think someone's trying to get my attention. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm not good at reading this stuff, Shield. See, I'm sure you've noticed by now. I have no idea what I'm doing. Guys, I have great news. I just found this out. I wanted to show it to all of you. I can't believe I just got it leaked. This is leaked documents. Leaked documents. It's going to happen. Shamans are going to get the scythe. Thank you for that, Hexer. Oh, you know what would be probably just easier if I just dump a couple more there. I think most of these icons I've shown off in some capacity. Might as well throw that one into the mix. Rumsy Rum Dark. Not Black Label. I also think I gotta change the buff icon with one of those. A lot of people gave me, personal preference on this. This was one. Thinking of making this one iron ore. Still has the red of iron, and then the base icon's gonna remain elemental earth. I have to remember exactly how I did this. I did do some switching. Let me just show some of these. If you've looked at the galleries I've had up before, you know about these. Now, it was pointed out to me by some of the fine people over at Hard Chores. They're like, "Hey, we don't like how you're trying to swap stuff around. What are you trying to do?" Actually, they're super nice about it. So if I go over to the scrolls, the way I used to have it, let's think about it. Wait, just to move this a little bit. Where'd it go? Okay, the way I used to have it was Scroll of Agility and Scroll of Strength. They actually come from this icon right here. Now, currently, strength and agility come from like the sky blue background color version of the scroll. Now, I can't think of a single consumable that is blue, sky blue, that gives strength or agility. Arguably Mongoose Elixir, but that's more like a periwinkle, if I'm being honest. Okay. So, strength, I think we could agree, is like a red, like a rage red. That's very warrior related. So, like I said before, I had it so that agility was going to be the new green color, and then strength would remain the original. Now, the original is going to be intellect. So that sky blue, much more related to intellect, that's going to be, what is it, the blue version of this. Scroll of Spirit, which is this right here, but magenta to purple. That's going to stay. I arbitrarily decided, oh, well, I have a blue version of this, so I am making... My suggestion would be that Scroll of Stamina stays, and then the blue one becomes armor. So there was a small shuffle in how those were all rolled out. Yes, and this, as a final part of the update to the icons, what I wanted to show off was, I guess the final deliberation, I guess, in my arguing back and forth about how to best have empty vials. To catch you up, it's not really rocket science. Vial. So, crystal vial is the same icon as empty vial, leaded vial, and imbued vial. It's kind of annoying if you're an alchemist. If you're a rogue who makes poisons, it's pretty annoying. However, I couldn't get a lot of consensus from the community on how to use some of the empty vial icons we have. Let me show off a few of those. We have, oh, you guys can't see that quite yet. I'll get these up, don't worry. All right, let me get rid of this. Okay. So right here, these are mostly unused vanilla assets. Even in their little tag for like the item they are in the vanilla client, they're listed as empty. Why, when they were designing the original alchemy, did they say, let's just use the same icon for every tier? It's fine. It's fine. No one will ever care. Poisons do. DJ Shield, turn it around without a cork, empty. Rex says, why not stamina being yellow? Stamina is yellow. The original stamina armor one, there's like a reddish yellow one. That's for armor and stamina. So that's staying. So, there was some disagreement in the community as well about, okay, which one's going to be empty vial, which one's going to be leaded, which one's going to be crystal, and which one's going to be imbued. I would love to know what your thoughts are about this. If you have a preference, you might not. You may not care about this. If you do not care about this, this might not be the right stream for you. Oh, that's right. It was... healing potion. Someone, I actually know 2 people came up with this idea, and it's a very ingenious way to get some kind of, I don't even know what to call it, like sense in the bottles. Now, you can see right there, you have, I'm going to order them by level. The lowest level healing potion is in that taller square bottle. The next one up is the oblong with the flat top bottle. Then you have the square bottle, and then you have this bottle. There is no empty vial that, actually I think there is actually one that looks like this. Not the point. Not the point. The crystal vial on its own, the icon's not bad. Crystal vial. If we take a look, it kind of looks like this could be a crystal vial. It has luster to it, right? Also, I don't want to change every single icon in the game. Some things can stay. It's fine. This is probably in the game, the most frequently used reagent, and so I'd like to not change the most frequently used thing. So, using this logic, anyway, what the spreadsheet shows is that the order would be, this would be empty vial. I believe this I didn't end up using. You'll see why. This is going to be leaded vial. And then this is going to be imbued. This accomplishes multiple things. This being empty fits a lot of other elixirs, and actually I think is the right call. I don't think that one's that contentious. This one being leaded is slightly more contentious because, like, showing a leaded glass, I think people don't always jump to the same conclusion. Like, leaded glass just looks like glass. It's just how you make it. So I think it's a bit arbitrary, but this shape is used for a lot of elixirs and potions. It's actually used more than this is, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I wanted to go this way. As I said before, I really liked the empty crystal vial. You see, these are kind of translucent. You can see the black behind them. The crystal vial has sort of a doesn't let light pass through. Should maybe have it up so it's just easier to just throw it in there, you know. No, you can't do that, yeah. Okay, there. It is somewhat translucent. Oh, I realized I just put it off screen. Okay. It's also facing the wrong way. That is something that I actually is the only reason it gives me pause. The reason I want to use this one for imbued is because it looks like it has a replaceable stopper. It has a chain for it. Out of all of the ones that I think should be imbued, because this screams to me that it's a repeatedly used oil bottle. Thank you. Opaque was the word. Haxer, I don't know if you're being facetious. These empty vials look good because they're unused icons from vanilla. That's why they look good. Paul Wenham says, definitely they need flipping horizontally to match the crystal orientation. So, and Paul, I don't mean to, pick you out, but do you mean these ones should have their horizontal axis flipped. Like, I think it's this one, so I think I can do this. Transform. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want this one. Oh, I have to pick that layer. Okay. Layer. Yeah, Haxer, that's the funny thing. No, to be fair, every single one of the empty bottle icons you see in the bottom, they're used, but they're used for quests. Full stop. They're just used for quests. Now, here's something that I have pointed out to some of you who have gone deep in the sauce with me on icons. I'm gonna tell you guys something, and it's going to hurt to know it, and I'm sorry because you can't undo it. Like 95% of icons in the game. Look at the screen, right? Look at where my camera is. Okay, see my hand? This is where the light comes from in like 95% of icons. It comes from the left. And on the right is generally the back or the shaded side of things. Again, it's not 100%. It's usually the case. Look at this mug of Rumsey. The light is on the left. Look at this new iron ore. The light is above and to the left. These scrolls, they're facing the left. Same thing with these icons. So generally, the light is coming from the left. Look at these unused, but still visually accurate to all the other icons for vials. The light's on the left. Here, light's on the left. Here, little vague. You could say light's on the right, but it could be a reflection. I just flipped this one. Light's on the left. And then there's this bottle. Huh? And remember, I just flipped this one. Not only is this bottle facing the wrong way, the light's not coming from where it normally comes from. I don't know why. I don't know why it's this way. I thought maybe they're like, in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a good reason. So I did what I'm sure any of you would do, which is think about something way too long. And trust me, I've been doing that. Let me get back to... Okay. I'm going to look at empty things. Empty firewater flask, okay. This is, by the way, Haxer, if you're curious, this is where a lot of them are used from. A lot of them, okay, they're all facing the right, okay. It's this icon, out of all the bottles that I've been able to find, almost all of them face to the right. I thought maybe the reason the original vanilla devs made the icon for Crystal Vial the one to use was because it was facing a way that none of them did. That was the best theory I had, because there is no consistency and there was no reason to use a different icon. I still don't know why. So I'm still left with a few like lingering, you know, do I take this and do the sacrilege of, where is it? I have to do sacrilege. Transform horizontal. I still did the wrong one. Yeah, so like Shield, that was my curiosity. I'm like, well, we can't really get in the mindset of the vanilla developers. They were not. They were more. There's the scope of what they thought, I think, was a lot more restrained than today. Like, we know people like WoW. Back then, they're like, I don't know if this project is even going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there was as much of a thought about the longer future. But if I'm being, like, transparent here, much like these empty vials, they could have just looked at it and said, oh, well, it doesn't matter that the empty and the leaded vials are the same icon. Like, well, once you level up into it, you're not going to need the empty ones anymore. As, you know, a sweaty raider at times, no, I need every tier of vials. That's a need that they probably weren't foreseeing, right? So I'll give them that. Also, I want you guys to look at these icons. Just these ones. Just the, just this empty crew here. Now that I flip this one to face right, doesn't it look like it belongs more? These are the empty bottle icons they have. This is it. This is all they made. Do you see what I'm saying? This looks like this is the right way. I don't think I would have the cojones to say no. I think this icon in its entirety should be flipped. But I am tempted. Shield, yeah, that's a good point as well. Oh, hello, Derek. How's it going? To drive the point home a little bit more, too. Chris, I'll probably do it from here. Crystal, yeah. Inventory, drink 6. Only places it's used is alchemy, poison making, and conjured water. The lowest rank conjured water, which is really weird. And one quest. It's weird. It's bizarre. I have another thing I can look at too. So if I go here to make a new tree, we can look at some of the inventory. Drink. Now here's where the rest of it comes in. Do you guys see a familiar icon here? If it isn't our good old friend, the crystal vial. What's this doing here? This is for drinks. These are for, like, items that you can imbibe. Now, there are icons that show, you know, an empty water skin, right? Okay, that's not a big deal. I think also those might be like an old edition. But these are like soups and drinks or oils. They're like pre-existing commodities. Let me show you. If I do, I have to remember the name. I can't remember the name of the files. Empty fire water flask. Okay. Inventory potion 85. Here's where all the empty. So all the other empty things that I showed you guys before. this is how the original developers categorized them. Looks like it belongs to me. The crystal vial icon is an anomaly, and I don't like it. I'm going to be honest. I am genuinely tempted to just not continue the charade anymore. It's outrageous. And that's when I realized I was thinking about this for a little too long. Well, oh, I know, Paul, that is actually a good point. I do want to bring that up too. There's a little bit more sauce left here. Stone scale. Isn't there like a stone scale potion? No, not that. Stone scale. Maybe it's an armor potion? I can't remember. I don't know the name of this because I never played any tanks. Okay, that's reagent for this, that, and then that's a reagent for... Stone scale oil not used. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the item. Elixir of superior defense. I think it's worth mentioning that one thing we could bump into is that this could conceivably confuse people. However, the original creators did foresee a world where that could be a problem. This one has a background. I didn't put that one in. That's just vanilla. So they are identical. This one has a purple haze. That's it. So, Paul, you are saying that I should use this for Crystal Vial. And what do you think about Imbued Vial? I'd love to hear. I'm open to discussion. I'm open to always looking at this. There isn't a right answer. Not superior. Oh, sorry. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'll grab that to throw it up into the board. I know what you're saying, friendo. We have this one. And we have this one. I think you're talking about this bottle shape. I'll throw it up onto the old... There must be an empty version of this, but I don't think I know of it. Am I crazy? Paul, I am not touching the flask. We have so many... The flask... So here's where that's confusing, Paul. So the flask, which is like the quintessential shape for the high-end potions. Agent for this bad boy right here. The issue with this one is by the way, it's 69. That shape is used by all the flasks. Which at first you might be like, oh, well, that's not a big deal then, right? Well, flasks don't use imbued vials. They use crystal vials. If the goal of the icon differentiation project is to make things clear and concise and not confusing, imbued vials are for mana oils and spell damage oils. And that's it. That's actually all they're used for. I think I can show that even on... So if I do imbued vial. So here it is, using the same icon. Reagent 4, that's it. There you go. That's all it's used for. It's very expensive too, by the way. 3 gold for 1. Now, could you imagine a world where, let's say you're a new raider and you're like, oh, I need to make a flask, and the raider will say, hey, make sure to pick up the right bottle. You go to the vendor and you're like, oh, well, these bottles are really expensive. This is probably the right one. It even looks like the flask. Do you see what I'm saying? We need to not use this icon. This icon should never be used more than it absolutely needs to. Oh, so yeah, let me show you the order that I'm thinking. The order I'm thinking is... Oh boy, I got more. Do note that I flipped this one. So this would be my order. I would have empty, leaded, crystal. Sorry, that's not right. Imbued. I can see that's currently what I have on the spreadsheet, by the way. I still also I should be clear. Should be clear about this one. Technically, this is what I have on the sheet. It hurts me to look at. So funny story about that, Paul. I don't know if there actually is an empty version of that, but I think there is. Let me double check. Yep, I think that is the case. I believe there is not an empty version of it. There's an empty version of this. Should be nice. Oh, there's gotta be, right? There it is. Inventory potion 90. Why is that not showing up? Oh, that's right. This counts weird. I'm just trying to make sure it's still in our client as that. Sometimes things got shuffled around. Oh, I could just also just do this. Okay, it exists. It exists. Let me throw this in the mix. All right. I'm actually not against this. I don't think it's a bad idea. I will double check. I don't think this icon is used for much anything. Well, sorry. I don't think it's used, this specific icon. That shape is used in a million things, but... Yeah, hacks, right? I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah, it was just one of those things. All right, let me check this then. This is what it's used for in-game, according to Wowhead. You guys might have used it. Turtle Wow might have used it for other things. All quest items. Just quest items. I'm not... You know, Paul, the simplicity of what you're saying might be right. So... we have multiple benefits to this setup. First off, this matches its level roughly, right? This is roughly matching its level. That's good. We got 2 goods. What is it? Mana potions, all the flasks, many protection potions. They all use this bottle. That's high-end rating. That's the go-to bottle. This, I actually agree. This one makes sense. Also, visually, there's an advantage here too. Crystal is very delicate and is a lot less likely to have rounded shapes. You can do that, right? But usually crystal artifice has very strict, rigid edges. So I would want something that has more edges, essentially. So this would count for that. And this be the glowy. This is the glowy one. You know, it's like, oh, it's glowing with imbued energy. It's facing the wrong way, so people will know not to buy it on accident. Really? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see how we feel about that one. Just look at it. You guys know why I like that one for imbued. I like that one because it very clearly has a reusable opener. Oh, Gomesu, by the way, if you want, you can just hit me up in Discord. Just DM me anything you got. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy crap, that's really good. Sorry, you got... I know, I'm just, like, talking about scene stuff and not really including you. Trust, though. Let me see if I can get this. Yeah, Shield, it's really good. Oh, that's not the right browser for you guys. Let's see. Save image. Hey, you know what? Everyone gets into GIMP today. Everyone jumps in. No, I just lost it. Oh, there it is. Not bad. Actually, you know what? I'll even, let's bring that over to this one. Just keep in mind that that was like the placeholder I did for the green nature damage Scythe of Elune. Let me get back over to... It's pretty good. And you know what? I could definitely do some hue shifting here because I'm a hack, right? So let's So I want to check. Did you? Yep. No, the frame looks good. Let me try to immediately ruin all your artwork. I mean, this looks better all around. This is the icon they should have used for the base thing. Like, I could play with the colors here a little bit, but, so... Oh, is there? So right about here with some... Touch up that a little bit. There's shadow. There's fire, not just roughly. Frost. Yeah. This is just a good icon. No notes. I will share your work with Dane. Maybe there's a future for you. I'm sorry, look, chat, am I speaking out of turn? Is this good? Yeah. Oh, also, hold on, wait. Is that chat late? No, where is this? Dane, wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Dane's still in chat. What do you? I mean, this is good stuff. Also, if I end up using this for anything, Gomesu, is it cool if I use it? I just want, like, you can DM me in Discord. Also, if you're in Turtle WoW Discord, at Vrograg. No, just Vrograg. It doesn't like the fact that I put at in there. Okay. Yep. Just find me in Discord. Shoot me a message so I can make sure to credit you if that ends up getting used. Yeah, exactly, Rex. Like the nice thing is like, Gomesu did a good job of using that negative space in the middle. There's like a lot of, just right here, like this is being used. But it's not too noisy, and the way the energy kind of seems to writhe around the blade, chef's kiss, and it's also honoring the original vanilla icon for a scythe. So, yeah. I'll see if we can use that somewhere. What was it? Haxer was like... And... Try to hue shift the glow... Oh, not only the whole site. Yeah, that's, How would I do that? Oh, I know how to do that. I can definitely play with this more. This is a fun toy. Thank you, Gomesu. I got a fun toy. Alright. So if I go here, go to the FX and just turn it off. Oh, hold on. All right, so I have this this quote unquote shape. Then go here. Turn that on. Do a little thievery. You know, the green in the initial, I can notice there's a little bit of green on inside of it, so You'll see what I'm talking about. It's not going to color shift well, but I can definitely take this version and then hue shift from here. Oh, wait, that's right. Cancel. Thank you, Gomesu. Antonio says mask off the handle. Oh, wait, no, the handle's on there, right? The handle's not getting shifted. It's just a particle effect. I mean, this is you'll notice though, like right about, you can see that there's like shades of green here. So I'd have to get a little bit more aggressive with where I select, but it's a great base to work off of, and I kind of wish some version of something like this was what the Scythe of Elune looked like. I'm not even lying. I'm a hack. I'm more of someone who organizes and collaborates and tries to get people to do stuff like what Gomesu just did right now. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about Gomesu. Just met the guy today. Then threw up this thing like it ain't a thing. You crazy? I would mask the handle and had a less opaque color shift to the blade, so it looks like the light of the glow is reflecting off the blade. Mask the handle and had a less opaque color shift. Oh, the opacity of the color shift would matter too, yeah. Try mask it whole, but without the handle. Alright, hold on. When you guys say mask, you just mean like I just take one thing out, right? People keep saying the word mask as if I know what I'm doing. Don't you guys have caught on to this yet? I don't. That ain't me. Oh, I can do it here. Yeah. Dana, I'm not crazy, right? Like, it looks good. I'm like looking for like when Dane says it looks decent, I'm like, well, there you have it. There you have it. Okay, hold on. We'll just I'm going to mask because I know what that this is me masking. Guys, I'm masking right now. Isn't it cool? I love the fact I do the lasso. Okay. We'll take that away. Nope. Actually, that is what I wanted, if I'm being honest. And then I do one of these. Yeah. Look at that. Uh-oh. Wait, is that... That doesn't look right. Okay, I grabbed all of that. I have the right pixels selected. Oh, I need to make the mask a little tighter, I think. Let me try that again. Oh, is that what masking tape means? No one ever told me. It makes so much more sense now. I just realized Gomesu actually moved it a little bit. I believe they moved the scythe a tiny bit. Anyway, so that has been properly masked. Now I can do hue shifting here that won't affect the look of the thing. Well, exactly, Dane. But I mean, there is a little bit of the color on the blade. But yes, that was the hope. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm just messing with stuff now. This is so fun. You guys, if you ever have a chance, just play with the images. You'll learn a lot. Yeah, good stuff. I like how Gomesu just walked up and just dropped the file, and I've just been playing with it for 15 minutes. clip away the handle and put it above the rest. It is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, look, the handle's above. Or woo. Anyway, the handle is above everything, Dane. Wait, Dane, are you far behind again? I see you in YouTube chat. No, Haxer, do not sell yourself short, good sir. I understand you learn the skills necessary to get the role and responsibilities that you have, but it also required you to do the work. That's the thing. You put in the work. Don't ever sell yourself short. You still got to do the thing. All right, message requests. I'm getting this saved so then I can here's that nasty cool blade. Let's see. And this is why the Turtle WoW community is superior. I'm not just saying the greatest, I'm like actually superior. Actually kicks every other community's dicks into the dirt. I'm sorry. I could just like, hey guys, we're making icons, and then I get this fire. Also, I have who was like Paul really opening my third eye, if you will. about the truth of how the flasks really should go. And I think you're right, man. I think you're right. Although, because I talked about bottles for a half an hour straight, I believe I have incurred the wrath of whatever Dane's gonna do. Dane's like, I don't know, now I kind of want to make a bottle. Do you? I really appreciate that people send me oh, I don't have Photoshop, but I have Krita, which I've used for doodling before. I think that can open up PSDs. So gang, that's where I'm at. There's still a little bit more work to be done. Oh, I didn't get any of your opinions or thoughts about the eco. Did I post the eco? I must have posted the eco, right? You can ignore this. This was sort of meant as a joke. This is the vanilla icon. Currently, most of the feedback, and I don't want to color your guys' impression of anything, most of the replies and comebacks from people who are like, oh, I like this, I don't like that, most of them have liked this column. I tried messing around with, this is a very basic gem we have that's very easy to do color shifting with, so I tried messing around with that one. Because according to lore, eco is like essence or spirit of a creature. And as we know from WoW, spirits and souls can get captured in crystals, thus soul shards. And the original artwork is of a gem. The original artwork is super washed out, super white, and super hard to play with, but can be played with. And I just made these. The theory behind it is if I go over here, go look at all the juju. Look at all the juju. Here's all the juju. This is not, this is different. This is a quest item, I think. Oh, what is this? Yeah, quest item. I know which ones make which, but you'll notice we have a white and a black, which kind of means the colors I can't really situate it well. This would be Juju Chill. This I'm not sure. Maybe magenta. This one ends up becoming a white Juju. So I'm thinking of actually keeping it the original vanilla icon. Yellow Juju, red Juju, purple Juju, green Juju. Easy. I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Haxer says, you should play around with the glow a bit more to better fit class colors. Huh? Are you talking about the punctured voodoo dolls? Because these are just jujus. Or are you also very behind, Haxer? Paul, I think I've seen the light, man. I think you're right. So, Haxer, there's not enough colors, ecos, to equal how many classes there are. There are, what, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7, and there's 9 classes. Also, I'll be damned if I have to do another thing with a stupid color brown. Make something vibrant, but make it brown. Ugh. I say as I drink root beer. But, again, like, the idea behind the ecos is to match the juju it becomes. Anyway. God, yeah, I've been yapping for a while. Sometimes you gotta yap. I didn't know, also, again, if anyone, any ideas, any icon issues, let me know. Because the time is now. We know when the patch is going to be dropping, which means I need to get it to the necessary parties at least before then. And you're right, Lizzie Babs. I love a good... Wait, Lizzie Babs, hold on. Wait. Do you have a Scythe of Elune? Is that rude to ask? I feel like you have a Scythe of Elune, right? It's rude to ask. Turtle, WoW, Armory? You don't. I'm sorry. I just assumed you did. Because I was like, oh, well, Lizzie Babs will tell us how it works. No. Okay, alright. Well then. Big thank you to Gomesu, first time chatter. Drops absolute fire. Thank you to Paul. Your observations opened my eyes. To all the regulars, thank you. Dane, thank you for deigning us with your presence. I'm sure you've never heard that joke. Haxer, Rex, who else? I know someone else in chat. Oh yeah, Antonio. Lax Elf. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know if you guys know this yet. It's pretty obvious to people who spend any amount of time around me. I think and process stuff externally. I need to talk about it with people. Get the juices flowing. And I feel like I'm more prepared to make the 1.18 version of Vrograg's icon differentiation project the best yet. And I am subconsciously aware that when I said the best, I felt like I was Trump for a second, and I kind of want to take a shower now. Anyway. So, guys, I do my normal wrap up. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. If you're playing games or if you're making art, make sure whatever you're doing, you're having fun. Otherwise, it's not a game. And, as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge. Bye, guys.